Good
Good
morning.
morning, Gogglefrogs. And how are you today?
By the way, folks, we've already had our moments, so we should be fine.
We should be fine. We should have the technical glitches out of the way, but who knows with Gogglefrogs? You know us, you're never quite sure what's going to get or what's going to happen. But the one thing that we can guarantee is we're here with you for at least the next hour. Well, the next 59 minutes. So I'm Angela, and this is my lovely friend and co-presenter, co-host, Marion. And this is Gogglefrog. So if you're watching for the first time, here's the rules. You need a cup of something. I've got water and a tea. And then you need something that you're knitting, crafting, whatever. But just make sure it's simple, because sometimes we come out with something that will make you laugh so much that you drop a stitch. But who knows what's going to happen today. So this is now show 239. So that's amazing. We set up at the beginning of lockdown and we're still here. So just sit back, relax, and have some fun. And if this is the first time you've joined us, just say in the chat where you're from. So there's a chat box on the right hand side, and we read out the chat, because people who are watching on replay can't see the chat box, and people who are watching on YouTube can't see the chat box. So that's why we read it all out, and but do feel free to chat in there. And we have a lovely Facebook group that's Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter in Facebook, and we will be sharing some of the wonderful pictures, images, bits of work that people have put in there as well. I think I've mentioned everything, have I?
I think you have.
I think so, yeah. And we'll try and be really good and not ban everybody, because that's something else that we can do. Marion got banned once on a test show.
Yeah,
So
we were just having a play, but we should perhaps say that before we came online, I'd forgotten it was a brand new system. So I'm gaily talking away and thinking, why isn't Angela responding? I hadn't decided to go on stage, and then to add to the confusion, I hadn't turned my audio up from 0 to middle. So that's two things. Then what was it? Oh, Angela forgot how to turn us on. She did.
Yeah, because it's a new system. I thought, where's the on button? So here we are. Gogglefrogs. What you can always guarantee is there will be chitter chatter about who knows what. There will be wool, and there may be technical glitches, but whatever
Angela's
happens,
frogging.
Yes, I am. Hence the word Gogglefrogs. You know, when you start doing a row and there's 100 and odd stitches on there, and it's an increase. So unless it says at the end of the row how many stitches you should have, it's really difficult, isn't it, when it starts with a number and then you've got 6 rows to do to end up at another number. And I thought I was a stitch out, and guess what, I was a stitch out by the end of the row. So I'm just frogging it. But if you do make the odd mistake and have to take your work back, you're in the right place. So while we're chatting, what I'll be doing is just taking this back, but it's grown a little bit, not much, but it's grown a little bit. So you can see the little
paws coming along. Are they the paws?
Yeah, they're little kitty paws. There's actually 3 rows of them, and when I've looked at the pattern, I would like one there, one directly in the middle, and then 2 others. But because it's where it increases over the shoulder, because it's a top down, it doesn't work out as perfectly as you may want. And that's with me looking at the pattern. So I know I just embrace whatever it is. So I'm going to take this back and do the whole row again. Just make sure that it's right. So that'll be good. Well, so that's what I'm doing today.
My rhubarb and custard shawl is coming along nicely. I've got the final 2 increases, 4 rows to do before I start what should be the final pattern, lace pack.
Oh, wow.
But I think I might have enough yarn, I'm fingers crossed, to do another garter stitch panel, and then a lace panel. But I'm going to have to wait and see. I'm going to have to do some sums. So if you hear a scratching head and a yell of frustration coming from my direction, you'll know what it is.
I know that feeling as well, when you're like, can I, can't I, will it, won't it? Ooh.
I'll have to weigh the yarn as well and see how much I've got left. But this rhubarb and custard is going a long way.
Is it?
It's going an awful long way. This pattern says 100 grams, and you get 3 pattern batches out of it. You get the long sort of tail, then a lace panel, garter stitch panel, lace, garter stitch, lace, which you finish off with. And I'm now just about to start the final lace pattern, but I've got quite a considerable amount of yarn on my skein left, so I think I'm going to have to weigh it and pray, because even if I finish up with just one set of lace, the lace panel is made up of 3 groups of 9 rows. Yeah, 3 groups of 9 rows. So even if I only end up with 9 rows of lace, I think I will be all right. But I will ask everybody's advice when I get to that stage, because I don't fancy frogging it all the way back. I think I'd go for length.
You know what this is going to mean? We're going to have a live yarn chicken in the Facebook group or on here, which is always really exciting, isn't it? Is it going to work out, or isn't it?
The person that's done the best yarn chicken was Brigitte, whose husband sat down and worked out to the inch how much yarn she would actually need for a project. And I think she ended up with about 6 inches left. But Georgie's saying there isn't any sound.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you, can everybody else hear us? I'm sure you can. So, Georgie, do you want to refresh? I'm just checking that other people can hear us. I think you can. But who knows? Who knows with our what we're doing?
Yeah.
So if you can, just let us know if there is any sound. Hopefully, Georgie, there is. Yeah. So shall we do some good mornings?
I think that's an excellent idea.
Before we do some music.
I think Georgie's left us and coming back. I think he's back.
So Robert is at work today. So it's
in the children's department.
In the children's department, which is quite funny. And sorry, Brigitte's, we'll come back to Brigitte's comment, because it's so like we need to explain this properly. There will be people who haven't heard this before. So good morning, Linda, lovely to see you, and good morning, Judy. How are you today? Absolutely lovely to see you. And hello, Janice. I think, Janice, you said that it was very
sunny.
I think made a comment about London weather, so we will. Hello, Grace, lovely to see you. And hello, Georgie, lovely to see you. Hello, Dawn, lovely to see you. And hello, Brigitte, lovely to see you. Hello, Anne, lovely to see you. And hello, New York. Hello, Amber.
And Princess Curtain Crusher.
And Princess Curtain Crusher, yes.
Ollie's joined us.
Oh, hello, Ollie. How are you? Oh, so I know that other people will join us. The world is going back to normal, which is a great thing. However, I know there's a lot of people still not going out as we used to. And you know what we've always said? Gogglefrogs will always be here for as long as you need us or want us. So and that's what we say. So Saturday morning, here we are. So let's just have a quick look at the chat, and then we'll come on to Brigitta's comment, which you can explain much better than I can, about the yarn, etc. So Brigitta's Morning Peeps, episode 239. Thank you so much, Brigitta. She has a calendar and she keeps track of everything for us. Dawn says, hello everyone. Hello, Dawn. Judy says, hello everyone. Janice says, greetings from partly sunny London. I knew I'd seen a comment about weather. Gardening today, I think. Oh, lovely, Janice. And Amber says, good morning everyone from myself and Princess Curtain Crusher. Has she crushed any curtains in the last couple of weeks? I'd love to know. Grace said, good morning. Hello, Grace. It's lovely to see you. Georgie said that there wasn't any sound, so hopefully that's sorted now. We'll come back to Brigitta's. Anne says, good morning. And Georgie says, you'd refreshed several times, but it didn't work. It took 8 times of refreshing to work, but I can hear you now. Oh, no. Sorry. And morning. How are you? Yes, we're fine. We're fine, thank you very much. I'm just sorry it took you so long. These linking things happen. So back to Brigitta's comment. She says, yes, that's right. There was a certain amount of colour for the front panels. So do you want to explain?
I hope I get this right, Brigitta. Brigitta had some rather beautiful, I think it was Jameson's yarn, which she was... This is her husband, a waistcoat from, I can't remember whether it was just the front panels, and Rod made the back out of fabric, and she wasn't sure whether she had enough yarn. So she did a swatch. Her husband then undid it. Her husband worked out how many yards, centimetres she'd used to do the swatch, how many centimetre squares would be needed to make the waistcoat, worked out the yardage, and worked out whether she had enough. She had enough, and as she says, there was 20 centimetres left, which is, I think, about 8 inches, which I think is amazing. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know how I'm going to work out whether I've got enough to do mine, because first off, I thought I was going to run out before I'd got to my 3rd lace panel, but it's hanging on in there, and it doesn't seem to be going down much at the moment. So
I found that it just seemed to go on and on and on, and I think you get up to 20 grams used, and then it takes quite a while to get anywhere near about 45 grams used, and then it just seems to stick at about 70 forever.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to weigh it and see what I've got, and then decide whether I've got enough to do a final garter stitch patch. I think I'm echoing. Am I?
You're not echoing to me.
Am I echoing to anybody else?
Yeah. I'm not too sure.
Okay. Shall we go to music?
But we will. So, who knows what today's musical interlude is? I was actually online and I'd set it up about 9:05 and then gone off and done lots of other things. And I was tempted to click on to see what the music was. But I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it until you hear as well. So we'll go on mute and enjoy today's musical interlude. Now, Robert did say it was very fitting for a lovely bank holiday. So let's hope or expect lots of sun or fun. So we'll see what today's interlude is.
Can I just read out what Brigitta said so that we've got it at the right time? Brigitta says it was a fully knitted waistcoat of knitted back and fronts. The darker was for the front panels, which was discontinued yarn. Managed to get the lighter yarn to complete the back. There was a picture in Gogglefrogs a while ago. Yeah, I remember it being in Gogglefrogs a while ago, but I've seen it in the flesh, so to speak, and it is rather gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It is.
So if we find it again, we'll show it again or feel free to post again. It's worth it.
Definitely, it is worth it.
The best yarn chicken ever.
Yeah.
And actually, it wasn't yarn chicken because you actually knew that you had enough. Whereas we are, because your tension is so great. Because
Precise.
throughout the whole waistcoat, I get more relaxed. The later in the day it is, the more relaxed my knitting is. So that's why it's quite difficult for me to calculate. But I can't believe your tension was perfect to know that that would work. So absolutely well done. I know lots of you are like that, but I just chill out the later in the day it gets. So anyway, let's enjoy thinking about Brigitta's waistcoat that she won at Yarn Chicken and yarn calculation, and let's see what today's musical interlude is. So sit back, enjoy, and we will be rejoining you soon.
I think that's probably one of my all-time favourites. That
is it. Oh,
as Dawn says, so positive and cheering. Yeah, after the awful May we've had.
That was lovely. It's just, you can't help but smile when that song comes on, can you? It is just lovely. And some of those images on that were just
Cool
incredible.
running. The Jamaica team learning to bobsleigh. Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
So hopefully you enjoyed that as well. And I know I always say I don't watch films. That is one film that at some point in my life I have watched. So I know I don't normally watch films, and whenever you talk about them, it's just like, never seen that, never seen that. But it wasn't a musical, so that's why there's a chance I will have seen it.
Well, recently, because of lockdown, we've watched The Mauritanian, which we can thoroughly recommend, and we watched oh crikey, we only watched it last night.
What was it about?
Unforgotten Love or something like that. Now, it might sound a bit smilksy, but it was set in the late 40s, early 50s, about what happened in Botswana, or Bechuanaland as it was then, and about how the king of Bechuanaland married an English girl and the problems it's caused politically and how they overcame it.
Wow.
Absolutely fabulous.
I remember seeing that actually advertised at the Rex. Now, the Rex is in Berkhamsted. It's an old-fashioned Art Deco theatre that a guy bought, I don't know how many years ago. I think we were going there 20 years ago and going to the restaurant there as well. But it is an old-fashioned cinema. And he goes up onto the stage to announce the film before it starts. And if you buy the seats right at the front, you've got really lovely red Draylon relaxing chairs and a little table. So and they bring you drinks, and you can have a cheese board and things like that. It's absolutely fabulous. But they have, Monday night was always a foreign film night. So I've seen Japanese, Chinese, African, German like films there, and that's one of the busiest nights when all these unique films that you've never seen before. And I know when I was looking through, I saw that on one of the normal nights, if you know what I mean, and it was one that I wanted to watch. So the only films that I really watch are at the Rex, and my husband goes with me, and at the end of it just says, "What was that all about?" I said, "Well, I really enjoyed it, but it's not a great one for subtitles." But was it a good film then?
Yes, we thoroughly enjoyed it. The scenery was wonderful. I know we're not to discuss politics, but yeah, it was about politics, but yeah, really good film.
Yeah. Well, it's not politics. It's a film where there is, you know, a real story to it. And what we're saying is what you're saying is that film was really good. So I will now watch it.
If I could remember what it was called, it would help. Nicholas Lyndhurst was in it. He played the father of the lead female.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yes.
Interesting film.
Very.
So, yeah, that was, so I think that everybody loved the music. Yeah. So, yeah, he always chooses some really good music, doesn't he?
Jess? I don't know how he does it.
I know.
You know, session after session after session, he manages it.
I know. It's just crazy how he always thinks, do you know what? We'll have this one today. So that's really good.
But I don't know about you, but since I got up this morning, it's been clearing up very slowly, but very gradually. I think we are in for a good day.
Well, it's grey where I am.
It's overcast. But we can see blue skies.
Yes, we can. And was it? I think it was this morning when I took my husband to the station. I'm sure it was red sky or an orange sky in certain areas. So it may be a little bit variable today, but let's see.
It's red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning.
Yeah.
So
it was red sky last night as well. So we had a bit of red sky last night, and we've had a bit of red sky this morning. Oh, I think I found out where I've gone wrong.
Can you put it right without undoing the rest of the row?
It's fine. I knew there was a stitch where, right, that's perfect. Great. I've now found out where that odd stitch was, where I thought was the questionable stitch. I've found it now, so that's brilliant. So yeah. And I had something. I'll go and get the flowers in a minute, but I don't know if because not everybody's going out and about at the moment, are they? And I've kept noticing every time there's certain things that I do. So if it's Christmas, if it's my mum's birthday, I go to the town's florist and get flowers from my dad, but obviously my dad can't go out to buy them, so I buy them for him. Etc. And I've kept seeing this thing in the florist, and I was thinking, shall I get some, shan't I? So in the end, I decided to get one, and I've snapped this little bit off to show you, and I'll bring them. But what I am seeing in so many different florists at the moment is cotton cane, and so this is what they are, and I thought it was quite nice to show because we knit out of a lot of cotton, don't we? So a lot of cotton mix, but this is what it looks like. So there's the little like flowery things. This is the cotton that then bursts, but it's like these funny buds, and it's being sold everywhere. It's about £2.50 a stem. I'll get the thing of my flowers that I got yesterday, but I've got one stick of it, and it's really odd, but you buy it, and right down to the bottom are all these things coming out, and you think, well, actually you've got to actually take some of them off because you can't get it right down that far in a vase with all of these things on the side. So I just thought that they were a bit different. Would I buy them again? I don't know. I think I prefer something like Pussy Willow in there to this cotton, but I just think it's fabulous. It is so soft. I know there's a lot of issues around the cotton industry and how they harvest and chemicals and the sort of labor that they use. I have no idea when it comes to you know, picking them, but this is it. So I don't know if anybody else
by hand, I think, and they have to actually pick them out.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
not form.
I'll just pop and get the whole stem and the flowers. Won't be a minute.
Oh, now she's left me on my own again. She does that very frequently, and then I'm left wondering what on earth I'm to say. She throws me in it. No warning, no warning. But we have to remind you there's no Gogglefrogs on Monday as it's a bank holiday.
Yeah.
I can remember that bit. Oh, I know what else I was going to say. Having seen those, I ordered some flowers from Bloom and Wild for a friend of mine who was 70 at the beginning of April. I had a photograph from her last week. Some of the flowers are still going strong. There was I bought the April selection. Yeah, the April selection, in which were stocks, and the stocks were still going strong a week ago. So these flowers had been going for over 5 weeks.
That is really good because you get some really good discounts with Bloom and Wild, don't you? They go through the post.
I will certainly use them again.
Your first one or two, I think, have got a really, really good discount, up to 50% off, I think, sometimes. So they're really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be 10% off. I don't know. There's
10, 20%. But yeah,
right, okay,
I'll certainly use them again. So I've used them a couple of times.
Oh, that's good to know. Mine didn't come from Bloom and Wild, but these are mine. These are my stocks. But can you see what I mean about the?
Yeah.
I've got that. So it's sort of just cut off at the top because they must be really, really, really long. So it goes in. I've had to cut it off, but as you can see, they're still down here. But these are some stocks. I got them yesterday. I always love flowers. I have no sense of smell, but I can smell something. It always smells like fly spray with me because after COVID, if you lose your sense of smell, it doesn't come back properly. But I can smell something, so that's really good. I know that, and I can imagine what stocks smell like. My mum says they smell absolutely beautiful, but I just like looking at flowers. So I thought they were really quite different. I don't know if you'd have a whole sort of vase of them, and they're a bit strange with flowers because it is so they're so bobbly and they don't look right at the front, but this has been there now for I think 3 or 4 weeks, so they do last. Don't know how long they last, but
we planted some night scented stock. I've done 2 troughs about 2 feet long, and all in them is night scented stock, and we've put one under the front window and one by the back door, and they're just beginning to shoot. So we will move those when they're up and beginning to flower. The only thing with night scented stock is they look a bit straggly. They don't, but we don't care.
No, because that's how they're supposed to look.
Right, now then let's go back to chat. Georgie was saying that it was lovely, and Amber saying great choice of song and video. Brigitte says that it was a bit nippy at 7:30 a.m. when I was out on the slug and snail hunt. I really miss them eating our plants. Yeah, we've got very few because we're all gravel or pebbles or whatever.
Yeah.
When we do get them, I must admit I'm rather naughty, and I pick them up and I chuck them somewhere. Usually over a fence, whichever fence I'm nearest to.
Some people have a pair of scissors, I would imagine.
Yeah,
my auntie used to do that.
Oh, that cotton looks like it would be fun to spin into yarn. Yeah, I was wondering, how would you spin it into yarn? You have to soak it somehow.
Do you?
Well, I know you do.
That's falling off.
You know, when
because it's sort of hard in the middle, so I don't know if it's just more of this fluffiness that is in a tight ball in the middle. I've never really looked that far, but
or even whether it's ready, 100% ready to make cotton.
But it is so soft. It feels like you can tell that it would be really soft if you knew what you were doing. I don't know what I'm doing with this sort of stuff, but it's very pretty. Very pretty.
My 10:30 cup of tea.
Huh?
My 10:30 cup of tea is just arriving.
Oh, that's lovely.
Almost on time.
Fabulous. Right, now I need to work out what I'm doing here. So where am I up to? Is that yarn forward?
Thank you.
Yeah. 2, 4, 6.
Thanks.
And a yarn forward.
I've got to admit though, Richard scared the life out of me the other day. He tripped and fell in the back porch.
Oh.
Banged just about every part of his body in one way or another.
Oh my word.
On his elbow. So he's
no.
That was Thursday. And
how's he feeling now?
A bit sore. We still went out for a walk because you know what it is, if you don't use it, it sort of frees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So yeah, but he's not yeah, he's telling me, as I found out myself when I've fallen over, if you don't use what you've just damaged, it'll seize up. So
it does, doesn't it? It can be. Oh yeah. Oh well, Richard, we hope you're better soon. We really do.
In the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. We can know.
So there we go.
I don't know what everybody's been up to this week, but hopefully you've had a good week so far. So 2, 4. Is that right? 2, 4, 6. Yeah.
Well, we went to Milton Keynes.
Oh, and
no yarn purchases, but we did have a meal out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we went to Wagamama's. I phoned in advance because they were so nice last time. We went for our granddaughter's birthday. Phoned in advance, and as most of you know, it's benches in there, but they have chairs for outside seating. So I said, any chance we can have chairs, please? And we've got a guide dog with us, so we need a bit of room. Not a problem at all. Really, really good. All sorted for when we got there, because they don't usually take bookings. But when I explained the problem, table was reserved. They asked them to have done more for us if they'd tried. Really nice. The food was lovely. We will go back.
Oh, brilliant.
And they put us towards the back of the restaurant, but that's fine because Ollie has a habit of, because he's so big, of laying out in the corridor in any place. So where they'd put us meant that he wasn't tripped over by anybody, which was fine. But I think practically every member of staff came down to say hello, so he was a happy boy.
Oh, that's really good to hear, isn't it?
Really good. I mean, considering.
And another plug for good restaurants.
Yeah, a good chain, because we've been chucked out of chains before. No, you can't come in. Dogs not allowed. We've been, or when they finally allowed us in, we've been sat in the furthest corner, in the darkest corner. She's useless, You've been made to feel as though you're a pariah, or you've got leprosy.
Oh. Well, we actually ate out yesterday, and we went to Rabla as we do a lot on a Friday. Went to get obligatory bread supplies, etc. And there's a place called Daisy and Co. And I do have to say that once I went there and I didn't like what I had, and they came and said, "Oh, did you not like that?" And I said, "No." And she's, "Oh, why not?" And I said, and she said, "Oh, I'll just take it off the bill," which was really nice. And we've been there a few times now. Anyway, went yesterday. My mum ordered, and it was a French toast with caramelized bananas, berries, bacon. What's that? Maple syrup and something else. When it arrived, it was absolutely huge. And she said it was really nice because the berries were quite sour, and then you had the sweetness as well. And I had, is it shashika or something? It was onions and peppers and tomatoes, and it's baked in a skillet with a couple of eggs on and feta cheese on top, with gluten-free bread that they brought out. Do you know what? It was absolutely amazing. We were so full though. Really, really lovely little place. So if ever you're in Radlett, I know not many people go to Radlett, Daisy and Co. It's a lovely little place. So, and I had homemade lemonade as well. It was just so lovely yesterday. So it's just nice to go out for a little bit of a just a little bit of a walk. Got loads of bits and bobs from there, and they do the it's the same place. It's quite strange actually, because we go all the way to Radlett and we go to the fruit veg place. There's a fruitiers, greengrocers, whatever you call them, and they're the ones that have the fruit and veg stall in Wing on a Saturday morning. So yesterday, as I was chatting, I said, it's a bit silly that we come all the way over here actually to Radlett when you're in Wing on a Saturday morning, but they just don't have everything there on a Saturday morning. So we've got lots of things, and I've even got fresh dates that are little orange things.
You want the really big medjool dates?
No, not them.
Those are the ones you want. They are beautiful.
What, orange ones?
Dates.
Yeah, that's dried dates. I've never had a fresh date. Actually, I'll grab one. Won't be a minute.
Well, going back to Wagamama's, the first time we went there, we took a Lolly, and it was her birthday, and hence the chairs. And not only did they sort out chairs and somewhere for Ollie, when they knew it was Elora's birthday, they came up and they said, your dessert's on us if you'd like one as a birthday cake. Aww. And she thought that was really sweet. So did we. She managed an ice cream, but we couldn't manage anything. But there we go. Quickly on the chat, Brigitte says, how frightening, Marion. Hope Richard will get rid of his bruises quickly. So do I. Tracy's saying that she's finally managed to get in. Third time lucky, as couldn't hear you. I haven't been on for a while. Hello, Tracy. Lovely to see you again. And Dawn says that she loves Wagamama's. Lizzie has their cookbook, and she made Adrian chicken ramen for his birthday.
That sounds lovely.
Their chicken katsu curry is the bestseller in there.
It's the hero, isn't it? Yeah, from there. So I'll now show you what a fresh date looks like. That is a fresh date.
Oh.
And it tastes like coconut.
Really?
Yeah. Really quite.
You peel it?
Well, I just ate it like that. There's a bit of it's not a stone, but it's like a hard thing in the middle that I pulled out. I didn't peel it. It's just, they're quite hard. The taste is nothing like a date. So, yeah, I just got 6 and I tried one last night. So what I love about going to Radlett, to that fruit and veg shop. So like yesterday we got fresh dates, and the time before we got strawberries, which is a cross between a strawberry and a raspberry, and they were out of this world. You get them as a treat, is all I will say.
Have you tried Loganberries?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Loganberries. You can't see them about these days. I love Loganberries.
I love anything. Like last night, I had a fruit fest because we got so much stuff yesterday that I had a total fest while I was watching telly late at night with flat peaches and trying those and other things as well. It was great.
And cloudberries, they're lovely.
I've never tried cloudberries.
They're like a pale orange, peachy coloured. They look like a blackberry, but they're smaller and they're sharper. And they make the most amazing jam and sauces. and yeah, they're great. Scandinavia and Canada they come from.
Yeah. Right.
Tracy's saying that she doesn't think she's ever seen a fresh date like that before.
I haven't. Whenever I go in there, there's always something that I think, what on earth is that? And I can't just leave the shop without trying them.
Oh no, I've always got to try. The only thing I haven't liked is star fruit. Have you tried them?
Yeah, like what is the point? I just find them tasteless.
They're awful
Yeah,
things.
I'm just not a. Yeah, I totally agree. But most things I always think are really interesting, and sometimes we don't prepare them or serve them in the right time. But yeah, I don't get star fruit.
Yeah, Richard's saying guava sorbet.
Oh, that might be nicer than normal guava, because I'm not a great guava fan. I just think that they look nicer and they taste. I'm always a little bit. I find them a bit bland, and I'd rather have melon or something like that, or mango. So
yeah, no, guava sorbet
sounds good.
Yeah.
So we've got Facebook on now. Can you see it? I just want to double check. So this is something that Marion has put on. I don't know why she'd post a frog, but it looks lovely. And I'm sorry, Facebook is going a little bit strange, so I don't think I can show the full picture of it. What I'll do,
can you make it smaller? How do I get rid of me? Picture of me.
I will get rid of us.
Well, no, I'm enlarged now. Are you still there? No, she's gone again. Are you there, Angela? Well, Brigitte doesn't like star fruits either, and Amber's saying that she wishes Richard a quick recovery. She's doing the decrease rounds on her socks, so she's slow in replying to the chat. There is a way we can reduce meat. Oh, there is that better?
Well, I've just tried, and I've not really done it properly. So I'm going to have to. I'll do it that way. Sorry, I'll have to do it this way because I got rid of myself last time. So before I end the whole session, that's one of the frogs. This is another frog, which is gorgeously cute. Love it. Just love those eyes, don't you?
Yeah, I've got them from another site, and it's fun. Ollie got hold of my laptop, and I don't know what she did to it, but now I had to put that in photos, then take the photos onto my desktop, then share it. I will be having words with her on Sunday when she comes.
Oh, it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Love them. And then this is from Sue, stash busting table mats for my new garden table. However, don't know which one will come first, summer or the table. They are lovely.
Summer this weekend.
We had some summer yesterday, didn't we? To be honest, my mum is still sat in the garden. She got up and went out there. So lovely, lovely, lovely choice of colours. I really like those. So lovely and bright, aren't they? So yeah. Rebecca says she's nearly finished the kids' jacket that she's working on, buttonhole and so on, and then the buttons and a few ends. Hoping to be able to post it here tomorrow. Well, I'm sure she will get it on at some point this bank holiday.
Bearing in mind she posted that at 3:15 in the morning.
Exactly. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, she's very much in the hours, Rebecca.
Yes. Oh well, Rebecca, we hope that you get it finished when you are ready to finish it. No pressure. Just do it when you want to do that. And Marion has been lovely and naughty to share spin cycle yarns, which is what Robert has got in his home now, and he is so excited to have some of their wool, and you have put on the kits. So do take a look. Spin cycle
and you
yarns,
can
they
get
are
it. Jackie, bless her, posted that you can buy it from Loop in London.
yeah,
It's in Islington, this shop.
yeah.
It took me there once.
Was it good?
Let's put it like this. How long ago was it? About 6 years ago. At that time, a nice skein was 11 or 12 pounds, and what they now 16, 20 pounds.
Mm.
I spent over 100 pounds.
Good shop. It looks great.
Really nice. And I could have spent a lot more.
And when I've looked at the people that they get in to do some of the workshops, they are really quite just like you have indie dyers. I would say that they're indie creators. There's always a real twist, so they have some great people to turn up. So one day things will go back to usual. So that's spin cycle yarns. I looked and I thought, wow, it is beautiful. It was lovely to see it at the event last Saturday. It just feels so different. That, remember, if you're buying them, it's 50 skein, Hank, or so if you're wanting it to use it for a garment, you do need double what you normally would. Well, not quite double, but yeah, so just remember that. And then this is from Dawn, Free Pattern Friday, knit version of a one-piece hat scarf based on the hat scarf worn by 19th century Frenchman Charles Marie Etienne Champon du Bois de Nansouty, I think that's how you pronounce it. Image from Wikipedia is military man turned mountaineer who lived from 1815 to 1895. Discovered his picture at an event hosted by the National Peak Service in Maryland, and you had to recreate his hat scarf. So that is the hat and scarves there. It's really quite different.
My daughter, a combined hat scarf, like similar to that, in Estonia, with it was a sort of cap round the hat, and then it was the body going into the tail, because at that time she used to do playground duty at school. And I thought it'd be nice and warm.
Lovely. So that's really different. So do take a look at that. Jackie has posted. Did we show this on Gogglefrogs last? We did.
It's worth the show again.
So Jackie is doing a top, I believe, out of the cyclamen. I don't know what she's using the spice gold for, but
I think
they
we
both
can safely call this yarn porn.
It is yarn porn. Absolutely lovely. So I know it's gone to a lovely home. Sorry, Georgie, that has whoever may have shared that may have changed the the settings.
We saw
we showed this. Sorry,
we saw this.
Yeah, we did. I think it's worth another show. Lower Frog Street Wool Shop. Love it. Robert had shared those the other day.
£895 handbags.
Yeah. Do you know what? Once I'd seen that, when I went out yesterday, I saw some fluorescent stuff, and then I saw something on Instagram that somebody has got yarn cakes that are fluorescent as well, and just thought, oh, we're back in the 80s. So that's quite interesting. Fluorescent colours are obviously in. I will support it and congratulate, but I'm not going back to wearing that. It just reminds me too much of the leotards.
Linda has posted something, but hasn't seen it. We might need to do a refresh.
I will refresh in a minute. We didn't see this the other day,
No,
but Georgie's got this. No, this is Loop. So if you want to get a feel of Loop, the yarn shop in London, in Islington, I think what I would term the distressed look with all those earthy tones and colours is
very
subtle. I think the colours there in that are beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and yeah,
very soft as well.
Yeah, so Wildwood crochet kit. So do take a look. They're beautiful. This is another one. This was lovely. This Diana knits, free until Monday. Oh, so it's still free. Oh, I might have a look at that. It looks a lovely shawl, and also you do it in slightly thicker yarn as well, so that might really suit me. But I thought the detail, the scalloped edging was amazing, and we've all got some. Did you? We've all got some stash somewhere, haven't we? That's a beautiful wool, and you don't quite know what to do with it, and it's a plain colour. That is lovely. So there is a code. It's on there. So please get that. I showed that the other day. This is Robert and that is the cowl. I think everybody's seen that now, but that is the spin cycle yarn. That was on there as well, a crochet sweater. And what I'm going to do now is I'll just stop this and refresh and then go back, and we'll be able to see your work as well. Won't be a minute. Right, let's go and have a look.
Bated breath, waiting for Facebook to come.
I know. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Do you think that this button is too big? The original pattern asked for 6 smaller ones, but I'm struggling to find some that I like. This one matches perfectly, and I intend to use just one at the top. What are your thoughts? Right, okay, let me
yeah, I think so.
That button there, I think is beautiful.
Yeah, so do I.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think, Linda, you have made the right decision. It matches
Linda,
perfectly.
is it a V-neck cardigan you done, or have you done one right up to the neck? I know you put a picture of a V-neck on, because she said she's only going to do a button at the top.
I would.
Yeah, so she's only going to go for one button at the top.
So I'm not too sure if it's at the top or where, but I'm however
you
go.
V-neck, she says.
I think that button really sets it off, and you can have a whole load of buttons that look okay, but when you have one button that sets off the whole garment, that is really hard to do, because it's really hard to find a button emporium anymore, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we tend to make do. That is amazing match. Absolutely incredible.
I can't think. Do you remember it's now Kontiki Lounge in Leighton Buzzard. Upstairs they used to have drawers and drawers and drawers of buttons.
Yes, Olivies.
Yeah. And it was Aladdin's Cave. That was my point of contact for buttons. And now they've turned it into a alcoholic venue.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
But it's not the Button Haven that I remember. Do you remember we got chucked out of Olivies on it? Well, not chucked out.
It's I think it was just one of those things that happened. So
miscommunication.
Never mind.
I think.
Yeah.
We've been chucked out. We've been we were asked to leave somewhere else as well.
Oh dear. It's really quite hard accommodating a knitting group because there are always people who could become different types of regulars. So when you're looking for somewhere on a Saturday in a smallish location, sometimes it's really difficult.
Yes.
And we get that. So some of the larger venues don't have the capacity, and things don't really start filling up until lunchtime. So that's why it works so well, starting at 10 o'clock somewhere on a Saturday morning. But
and
that's
the
it,
venue
we're
we go
almost out
to
of time.
love having us. And the staff are always very welcoming, so that's all right.
Yeah.
I think it was just a couple of people weren't happy, not the owners. No.
So it's but you know, Saturdays,
and that was 4 years ago.
There is now.
It was 4 or 5 years ago now, you know.
Yeah. The location for Saturday mornings, I think, is perfect now because it works for them and it works for us. And it's just finding quiet times where they're more than happy for somebody who, because some people will have, you know, a cup of tea, or some people will arrive and not buy a drink. And within a knitting community, that is absolutely fine. But from a business perspective, if they've got really limited seating, I know it's difficult for them. So
and they're also very good, you know, if it's somebody's birthday, if we say, can we bring a cake?
Yeah.
And they always get a wedge or a piece.
Yeah.
And they're always very good at Christmas, you know, they do go the extra sort of mile. Oh, Brigitte, Amber says, thank you for a wonderful start to the weekend. Monday is a bank holiday here too. See you next Saturday. And Brigitte says, here comes the sun. No, I'm the wrong side of Leighton Buzzard, Brigitte. Will be spent in the garden. Enjoy your weekend, and thank you for this morning. No, thank you, Brigitte.
Sorry?
And thank you for Brigitte.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Saturday's Gogglefrogs. The blue sky is peeking through now. So whatever happens this bank holiday, because it's a bank holiday at both sides of the pond in the USA and in the UK. So that's a great achievement. We've got the same bank holiday. No Gogglefrogs on Monday, but we will be back on Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. British summertime.
It's Joyous June on Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, for those who managed to get it all done. So I'll put my hands up, apologise. Me and my partner have not got everything together. So I'm sure there'll be other people like this. But yeah, Joyful June on Wednesday night. So have a wonderful bank holiday. Thank you so much. Happy knitting, and see you very soon.
Take care, everybody.
You,
enjoy the sunshine. Oh, dear. Bye-bye.
Bye.